Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. It is Sunday, November 1st, 2020. Welcome to everyone, especially if you're new. Thank you so much for finding me. Please be sure to go to my website. It's lisahop.com. That's LISAHOPP.com for all my upcoming events, all of my services, all about me, all about my books. Thank you so much. I get so excited, by the way, when I get royalties. This week I got a royalty of 25 cents. But you know what? That was just as exciting to me as another week where I might get much more. So thank you for all those who have bought my books, whether it just be on Kindle or through Amazon. I appreciate you very much. And welcome back to all of my intrepid listeners that provide feedback, that give me thumbs up. I appreciate you so very much. Please like, subscribe, share. I would appreciate it. I've been stuck at 114 subscribers for a while, so I'm hoping we can start growing this again soon. It's not about anything except service. So if you can share, encourage people to subscribe, I would appreciate that so much. Now, you may notice, if you've listened before, that I have a bit of a scratchy voice today. Well, it is the day after Halloween. My favorite holiday, Christmas to me. And I have to confess, needed the coffee a little bit more this morning. Feeling very sore. I wait until the day of Halloween to decorate my yard. I do a little bit of a yard haunted house. And yesterday I didn't have any help, really. So I had to do it all myself. And then I took it all down, really. Had a little help for that. So I worked the body hard, is what I'm saying. And so I'm a little bit worse for wear today. So bear with me. I slept great last night, which is, I think, the real reason why I have a bit of a scratchy throat. I really slept deep. But I am dragging a little bit today. And I hope you are not. I hope you had a great Halloween. I hope that you're feeling wonderful today. And I hope you have a great week. 2 more days to the U.S. elections. Bring it on, please. Yes. Please. I feel like it's been 20 years, hasn't it? But it's almost there. We're almost there. And then we get to know. Did we follow our higher consciousness? Or did we follow our lower consciousness? I have an inkling. But I want to wait and see if it holds. And thoughts and prayers for us. So the topic this week. Today in the Catholic religion, it's All Saints' Day. Tomorrow is All Souls' Day. Today is the first day of the Mexican Day of the Dead celebration that goes for about 3 days. I don't think it's about, I think it is 3 days. And so, I was thinking today as I was doing my last minute homework of what to talk about, that perhaps I'll talk about the saints. In particularly, are you a saint for yourself? Are you a saint regarding others? Now, the saints are known as saints, not only for their good works, but especially the early Catholic saints are known for being martyred. Not exactly the best way of becoming a saint, but martyred for their beliefs, martyred mostly for their beliefs. In later years, it's been martyred for good works, or not martyred for good works most of the time, but honored for good works. And then you become a saint if you have, it used to be 3 miracles after you pass. 3 miracles helping others, miracles of perhaps healing their illness, that type of thing. Now they brought it down, you only need 2. And I guess 2's enough. The others had 3. They didn't, so I don't know why they brought it down to 2. It's one more. Why not? I used to know a wonderful lady who was one of the miracles of St. John Newman, who is of Philadelphia, and she had a wonderful story of being very ill, having, I believe, she had had a stroke, and I believe it was her time of her stroke, and he appeared to her, and after that, she began to come back. She didn't come back completely, but she vastly improved, and she had always told the story better than ever I could, but it was a great honor, and it was just so cool to know someone who was an actual miracle. And she was a wonderful lady, and I don't know, I've lost touch with her in recent years, but it was an amazing story. And there are real people out there. So saints nowadays. The saints are known for their selflessness. And after their passing, they're known for coming through and healing others, for being there for them. I think personally of saints as people who are more holier than most. I think we all have human flaws. I think even when Jesus was on earth with the temple, he had a moment. But overall, though, he was of higher consciousness. He had a way about him like that. I think saints give unconditionally. And I don't know that there are a lot of people on this earth that can do that. I know I do that most of the time, to be honest. But I have moments recently when I suffered what I call a great hurt. I was hurt by people who didn't come through for me, that I had come through for. And that was wrong. That was wrong of me. I know I was being human, and I don't beat myself up for it, but I definitely wasn't unconditionally loving at that time or through my relationship with them, and I definitely didn't qualify for being a saint. I expected at that moment that all that I have given to them would come back to me, and that they would not be, quote, human in the moment when I needed them the most. And since that time, I've experienced that coming back at me. People that are not unconditional towards me. But overall, wonderful, good, giving people. But being human. And that was disappointing too. It was disappointing that they expected a payback. But that is why we're on this earth. We're on this earth because it's hard. And this tough life, through all its trials and tribulations, and ups and downs, and hurts and joys, it gives us the opportunity like no other place to grow, expand, love, discover being a saint, grow to sainthood. It provides for us that greatest opportunity living this boot camp. And when we get to heaven, believe it or not, we love it. We love this life. We realize it was better than we ever thought it was. We are amazed by it. Yet when we're here, we sometimes wish we could retreat from it, escape from it. And we complain about it at times, how hard it is. We wish we were richer or healthier, had better friends, had better family. But when we get to heaven, we get blessings for all that we had. And we see the great blessings and joys. So we give thanks. We give gratitude for what we had. That's something to keep in mind. Because sometimes we can't imagine that it would be that way. So how do you become a saint if you want to? Some of you probably wouldn't mind being devils. I saw a couple devils last night. There were a couple people who acted like devils last night, by the way. I did not appreciate that. But they didn't break my Halloween. They just were choosing to be devils. But if you do wish to be an angel, if you do wish to live from highest consciousness to be a saint, here are some tips. Here are some keys. First, you must always give out to yourself, but not look for your return. Does it mean that you won't get returns? No. You're going to get them more than anybody else. You're going to get blessings returned to you. You will be in the abundant flow. But when you give, it must be freely. You must give out joyfully. You must love it. And yes, you will feel gratitude and you will love the return too. You must. Because those who only give out and don't want to receive, or don't receive when they have the opportunity, better put, life is not as good for them. They will suffer consequences. So you must receive when given the opportunity, because it's heaven and universes and God's way of paying you back for your unconditional love. So you must give freely, and you must give joyfully, and you must never look askance at when it comes back to you. And you must enjoy it when it does. You must give gratitude. Number 2, good karma. I try constantly to be of good karma. I look at every situation. Is this the best path for good karma? If you're doing anything that's selfish, if you're doing anything because it's good for you and not good for others, if you can't think of somebody else, then you're going to get bad karma back at you. And you definitely won't qualify to be a saint. There was a post recently. It said, paraphrasing, when you vote for what will help the least among us. That's saint. That's good karma. Wealthy people who vote to keep their riches, or most of their riches, will have a harder judgment and will have consequences. People who vote because they want the least among society to be taken care of will get the greatest reward. In biblical terms, it's the eye of the needle involving the camel. Think about it. Do you do that? Or do you vote for only your best interests? When you go to work, is it only about your best interests? When you might talk behind an employee's back, or simply just look out for yourself. I used to know someone who in the workplace would always be about themselves. If they were asked to help with somebody else's work, they would try to find something to get that person in trouble because they didn't want to do the work. They would talk behind everyone's back. They would suck up to their employers. You can't help go down when you're like that. Companies that do not have ethics, do not act ethically, will go down. It may not happen tomorrow or next year, but they will go down probably within a couple of years. And it will start with the announcement of layoffs. Because in some way, they were not operating by their higher consciousness, their highest consciousness. It is so very important. What would you like others to do for you? You do it for others. How would you like others to treat you? That is how you treat others. Third, and this one may surprise you, live in joy overall, not just when you're giving or receiving. Wake up every day grateful for the fact you have a new day. Dance in the rain. Laugh for no reason. Give yourself great meals. Enjoy taking care of yourself. Get out and take a walk and smile. Don't make excuses. Like, I don't have the money, or I have too much to do. There are so many things that bring joy for free. And the more abundant you feel, the more abundance comes back to you. It's so important. Next, never worry. And I know it's hard. I will start to do it at times, and then I stop myself. Worry is lack of faith. Worry is living in a lower consciousness, coupled with fear, and that's how people can live, out of fear. That's decisions that they make out of fear. Doing that brings that to yourself. Number one regret in heaven is worry, because it's a complete waste of time. You see, here's the wonderful thing. Doing, living, going about with all these steps and keys, you can't help but be happy. So it benefits you, and it benefits others as an extra win-win. It increases the flow that comes back to you. It increases the overall higher consciousness of the universe. So you're contributing by living in highest consciousness to the overall consciousness of the universe and the overall will. Back to the election over here in the United States. If everyone votes from their highest consciousness, all's good. Everything will be taken care of. You will be provided for. There is no need to worry. There is no need to have fear. There's a change coming to this world. The energies. We're going through the storm right now. We've been going through the storm previous to this year. I would say probably over the last 50 years we've been preparing for the eventual highest consciousness coming to the earth. We're in it now. The preparation. And some of you, and some of those who are not listening, are fighting it. and all out of change and fear, or people. I think we all have them close to us that are fighting it. But eventually everyone will let go and allow the energy to come. It's a wonderful energy. It's paradise on earth. It's peace. 1,000 years of peace at least. Or at least that's what biblical times call it. It's love. It's peace. It's all of us being a village. So that is why you see some reactions. Excuse me, pardon me, voice. That's why you see people that are fighting it, that are screaming and bullying and trying to hold on to what they have, who are afraid of or trying to hate those that are others. They're afraid of the change. They're afraid of how it will impact them. But they'll be okay. That's why you see hate and bigotry and other lower energies so vibrant. It's sad, isn't it? You see charlatans among Christians and other holy people, quote, holy people. They serve religious beliefs, but they don't serve mankind. And they espouse fear among their followers. You see more cults, indoctrinations. It's all out of fear. It's all out of fear. And it's sad. But keep on trucking on. Because all will be revealed. All truth. All love. All wisdom. All knowledge. And we will always be all right, even though we will suffer pain with loss. Always, because we're physical beings. We'll always be okay. Until we choose not to be. And right now, our overall will chooses to be. So keep in mind the joys and the rewards of saintlyhood. And while you fumble, it's worth the effort. I find it's worth the effort for me. On top of the fact I just like sometimes being a good person, if not most of the time. Choose out of love for yourself too. If you have relationships around you that aren't good for you, that don't make you feel good about yourself, they have to be cut. They have to be distanced. That is living from higher consciousness. So maybe some of you have to clean the closet. It's important to do, and it's probably the greatest key to saintlyhood. Cleaning the closet. What does your bubble look like? And I mean those who make you feel bad, those who are negative, that give you that queasy feeling within. That's who I'm talking about. That talk behind your back. in a mean way that you can't trust, they have to go. So hopefully think about that, okay? You're worth it. You're so worth it. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday, on the first day of November. I hope you have a very blessed day. And please go to my website, lasahop.com, lasahopp.com, for all of my services, upcoming events. And like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you. Have a wonderful Sunday.